2 months after retrieving the key to the source code for the malevolent artificial intelligence known as the Entity, rogue IMF agent Ethan Hunt receives a message from U.S. President Erica Sloan. She informs Ethan that the Entity continues to seize control of global nuclear systems, aided by undercover doomsday cultists. Ethan is ordered to surrender the key, but he refuses and continues pursuing Gabriel, the Entity's former proxy. He and fellow IMF agent Benji Dunn first visit their ill IMF hacker Luther Stickle in his off-grid lab beneath London, where he has finished developing the poison pill malware that can target the Entity. The team recruits Jasper Briggs's intelligence agent Theo Degas and Gabriel's former lieutenant Paris, who tells them where Gabriel is. In London, Gabriel's men capture Ethan and IMF agent Grace. Gabriel forces Ethan to recover the Podkova module developed from the rabbit's foot in the sunken Russian submarine Sevastopol, which would give him control over the Entity. Ethan and Grace escape with the team's help. Contacting the Entity, Ethan is shown visions of a nuclear apocalypse. The Entity says Luther will die and demands access to a digital bunker in South Africa in order to survive. Ethan tasks his team with getting the Sevastopol's coordinates and retrieving him after the dive. He races to save Luther, however, Gabriel steals the poison pill and traps Luther with a time bomb. Luther sacrifices himself to minimize the blast, and Ethan is brought to Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center. With 3 days until the Entity takes over the remaining nuclear weapons control facilities and launches nuclear Armageddon, Ethan convinces Sloan to let him locate the Sevastopol, against CIA Director Eugene Kittredge's objections. Grace, Benji, Paris, and Degas traveled to St. Matthew Island in the Bering Sea, home to a Cold War-era naval sonar array that detected the Sevastopol's sinking. They meet former CIA analyst William Donlow, who was exiled to the island after Ethan's 1996 break-in at CIA headquarters, who coincidentally memorized the Sevastopol's coordinates. Captured by Russian special forces seeking the coordinates, Grace and Donlow's wife, Tapisa, escape by dog sled, and the others fight off the soldiers as Donlow transmits the coordinates to Ethan. Ethan joins the aircraft carrier USS George H. W. Bush in the North Pacific Ocean, and later boards the submarine USS Ohio. After receiving the coordinates and barely surviving a doomsday assassin that infiltrated the Ohio, Ethan uses an experimental diving suit to reach the Sevastopol and retrieve the Podkova as the wreck slides down the continental shelf. Narrowly escaping without his diving suit, Ethan is revived from decompression sickness by Grace, using a portable decompression chamber. Reunited with his team, Ethan plans to plug the poison pill into the Podkova, fooling the Entity into entering a physical drive instead of the bunker mainframe. At the bunker, Gabriel ambushes the team with a timed nuclear device, demanding the Podkova. Kittredge interrupts, seeking control of the Entity. During the gunfight, the bomb activates and Benji is shot. Gabriel flees with the poison pill, pursued by Ethan with the Podkova. Donlow, Tapisa, and Degas defuse the bomb. Paris, Grace, and Benji prepare the mainframe to trap the Entity. Sloan avoids a preemptive nuclear strike, but the chairman of the Joint Chiefs is fatally wounded, protecting her from a doomsday assassin, allowing the Entity time to take full control of the world's nuclear arsenal. Ethan chases Gabriel in a biplane, climbs onto his plane, breaks his arm, and retrieves the poison pill. Gabriel gets himself recklessly killed, hitting the rudder while attempting to escape, and Ethan finds another parachute, inserting the poison pill into Podkova mid-air, allowing Grace to trap the Entity just before nuclear launch. Ethan listens to a farewell message from Luther in the poison pill, which is destroyed afterwards. He gives the destroyed Podkova to Kittredge, and Briggs, revealed to be the son of Jim Phelps, makes peace with Ethan for exposing his father as a traitor. Reuniting in London, Grace gives Ethan the drive with the Entity, and the IMF team part ways. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning 2025 continues the iconic franchise, with Ethan Hunt and his IMF team battling a rogue AI called the Entity that threatens global nuclear destruction. The film mixes globe-trotting action set pieces and intense stunts with a modern technological threat, emphasizing AI as a new kind of villain. The plot centers on Ethan Hunt's refusal to surrender a key related to the entity's source code. Together with his team, including longtime allies and new members, he pursues the entity's former proxy, Gabriel. The story unfolds with high-stakes missions involving nuclear threats, underwater retrievals, dog sled chases, and aerial combat, culminating in a tense effort to trap the AI and prevent nuclear apocalypse. Thematically, the movie highlights contemporary fears about artificial intelligence's unchecked power, contrasting the intangible AI threat with past human antagonists. This modern twist makes the film relevant in the context of ongoing societal debates about technology and control. Critically, the film received praise for its thrilling action sequences and Tom Cruise's commitment to performing daring stunts, especially the climactic biplane leap. The inclusion of legacy characters shows a reflective nod to the franchise's history. However, it also has been noted for its sometimes convoluted plot, tonal inconsistencies, and pacing issues that might drag at points. The film's antagonist, being an AI controlling nuclear arsenals, adds a layer of complexity and urgency, though some critics pointed out lapses in the logic surrounding nations' control of their nuclear systems, interpreting this as a thematic statement on the folly of human decisions. Overall, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning serves as a fitting, ambitious, and action-packed installment in the franchise, with a timely AI theme, spectacular stunts, and emotional depth through returning characters, though it may not match the peak of earlier entries such as Ghost Protocol or Fallout in narrative tightness or pacing. Our dearest friends, what do you think of this movie review and analysis? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to be part of our family. See you in the next video. Until we meet again.